Further questions of this witness, Senator Hummel.
Thank you. So quite a few questions, actually. I'll try to be brief. So you were saying that they would have to pay them whatever the prevailing wage was somewhere around $44, $45 an hour.
It varies depending on the job.
Right. You used that example, so that's what I was asking. But you know what they're currently making now? What they're paying them?
Well, we haven't started the project yet.
Well, I mean, you talked to them about what the prevailing wage was that they have to pay those contractors. So since you know what the prevailing wage do you know what they're currently paying their employees?
I believe it was $44 an hour for the concrete work.
No, that's not what I was asking. You said that they didn't want to participate in the prevailing wage because they would have to pay their employees the prevailing wage rate, which is what you just said it was. So that means that they don't want to bring their employees, they don't want them to, shockingly, the employees don't want to make less when they go back. So what is the rate that they are currently paying on a non-prevailing wage job?
Honestly, I can't tell you.
So you only asked about what they would get paid, not what they're
I asked about why they would not take the job.
Right. So do you know if those contractors are turning in their hours in your county? For what they are paying their employees?
We have solicited that and tried to get that so we could get the prevailing wage lowered.
Right.
They want nothing to do with the government sticking their nose in their business. That's just the way it is.
They just want taxpayer dollars.
No, they don't just want taxpayer dollars.
I'm confused then. I'm confused then. So the government, taxpayer dollars, they're funding the projects that they want to bid on. They don't want anything to do with it. They just want the job.
They do not want to get into the prevailing wage situation. Now,
Because then their employees would find out what other people are making, right?
Let me give you an example.
I asked you a question. I'm sorry. Did you want to answer that?
Say again, please.
Is it because they don't want their employees to know what these other people are making?
No, not at all.
That seemed to indicate what you said. The employees didn't want to have to go back to the lower rate.
Okay.
And if they just turned in their hours, then it would lower the prevailing wage rate. So since you took the time to come up here, why can't you convince the contractors in your county to just do the right thing and turn in their hours?
That's not a fair question. These are human beings who have their own opinions and who do not want the government in their business.
They just want the money from the government.
They want the jobs to do. They don't care if it comes from the government. They don't care if it comes from an individual.
You just answered the question. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Eigel.